Hello guys, today we're going to take a look at the Fendt 930. It's my only Siku Control 32 model that's actually pretty much stock except for the lights that I added on the top here. And what I'm going to do today is just get rid of this battery here because it has done nothing but annoy me really since I kind of left it the way it was. The problem I have is that the contacts on the bottom of the battery are well, because the battery isn't working properly anymore and we have a contact in there that's a little bit stuck, it's very hard to actually get the battery to power on. So what I'm going to do in this video is take the model apart and figure out some way to replace this little connection so that I can just plug in the battery directly without needing this little plastic cover that's here. That should make things a little bit more reliable for me. Well, the first thing we're going to need to do is take the base off the model. I kind of have to take the whole thing apart just to get to this little control board, which is kind of annoying, but there's not much I can do about it. Just going to have to get to it and get it done. Okay, well, here's the little part that we want to get rid of. You can see that it's normally a spring-loaded mechanism. You can see that pin just moving in and out there. So normally you'd push down the battery and it would just push down on all those contacts. This pin on mine is a little damaged, so that's causing troubles, and also the little catch on the bottom of the battery is missing. There's supposed to be a little catch on the bottom of the battery, possibly there somewhere or there. I can't really remember where it used to be, but it used to be the little pin there and it would catch it and hold the battery in place, but since I don't have that, we seem to have a little bit of difficulty with the making that connection. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this little plastic piece, get rid of the pins, and just solder in a header in there. I think just a simple 2.54mm female header, and that'll let me plug in the batteries. You'll see the battery coming out the top of here, but it'll work, which is the main thing, and it'll work much better than it currently does, which is really what I'm aiming for here. The only thing I'm worried about now is it was quite tightly packed in there, so getting it all back together again might be a trick, but we'll see how we get on. So there's the little connector out. You can see there's just little springs there and the little pins, and those pins, when you push them down, would just line up with the little pads there on the PCB, and that would just make contact. Very, very simple idea, and works very, very well. What I'm going to do is just take a little bit of a header like this, cut it down to the right size, and just fit it in there. So you can see that there are 2.54mm spaced pins that the PCB designers used, so this little female header is just going to fit in there perfectly. We just have to cut it to size and solder it in place. So there's the little header soldered into place. Very simple. You can just plug in our batteries now. All my batteries have connectors like this on them anyway, so this makes things a bit easier for me. You should see the lights flash up here. Those lights that we added in a previous video there, you should see them come on now if I put in the battery. So you've seen them flashing there. That's just the probably the control board checking that everything's okay. So that's what we hope to see. So now that we've changed that, it should be much more reliable now. I'll try and put the tractor back together and we'll see how it works. Okay, well, our new connection is wired in there. I think you might just be able to see it there. So all I have to do now is hook up my battery. I'm just going to use this one that I use in the fertilizer spreader. I pretty much use this for all the testing. You can see my lights come on there. That was me to push the tractor along. I'll do that again. So the lights come on as the microcontroller kind of starts itself up. That's the normal sequence. So if I get the controller, the tractor should currently be in standby, so I'll turn on the controller and select the channel, and immediately we have control, and you can see our lights are on. Our party hats, or what do you call them, warning beacons, or yeah, I think they're warning beacons. They are on the top there. Our little lights here are on at the front and the top. Have our normal lights there on the back, and our lights there. So we seem to have perfect control now, or well, we seem to have perfect ability to turn on the model. because previously I was having lots of trouble with the battery, so it's good to actually have it working. What I'd actually wanted to do was take the Fendt 930 and the Fendt 936 that I did the other day and try to do a little power comparison between the two, because they both have the same motor, but this one has basically stock Siku electronics and mine has my little control board. So I just wanted to see what kind of difference there was. They even have pretty much the same wheels on them, so it should be fairly straightforward and fairly equal comparison just to compare these two tractors, I think. So that's all I have to show you with the Fendt 930 model. I think that's quite a successful little change there, very basic. You could do that yourself if you're having trouble with your battery and you needed a replacement battery. There's no reason why you couldn't do the same thing. But that's all I have for the video, so if you liked it, make sure and hit the like button, and if you have any comments or any suggestions, let me know below the video or head on over to the forum. And that's pretty much everything, so thanks very much for watching.